Alright guys, so I'm going to do a little walkthrough of my Midnight Club 3 garage I put together. You can see my first car when I started the game was the SRT4. Did this nice little green on it, slammed it. Just a clean little subtle build. Then we got the Chevelle. Nice little stripes, little resto-mod style with the Fat 5. You can see a nice little raked stance to it. With the gold and black, which was a OEM color scheme back when this car was new. So try to replicate that with the stripes. Came out pretty good. Next I got the Evo. The Evo I did more of a Lancer look to it. Changed the front bumper to make it look more like a base model. Did these Koenig Profits, which I actually own these wheels in real life. I had them on a Civic and I still got them in my garage. But just did like subtle 2000s style and try to make it look more like a Lancer than an Evo. Something more subtle. I like how it came out as well. Got the 81. Kind of resto mod with the big fat wheels. Low Marrow. Now for the 70, I did more of a donk style. Obviously, they don't have any donks in the game, but I wanted to bring the big wheel culture to Midnight Club. So I got these Asantes, squatted on 22s, the color matched rear bumper to match the front end. Rest of the body, I pretty much left alone. The car's beautiful as is. Then I did this green and yellow color scheme, which back in the day was a factory option. Now this Jetta here, I tried to encapsulate, 2000s era tuning style. More of like a retro style build with the graphics. I think the color scheme turned out really well with these Fat 5 spokes for a Euro build. Subtle little lip kit. And I like this front Bomex bumper. This is like the one you would see on Brian's Supra back in the original Fast and the Furious. The reason I ran it on this car is it's the only bumper that got rid of the grille, and I think it gave it a very unique look. Got the TC here. Again, 2000s era style with the big chunky lip kit. You can see the skirts, the front bumper, and the rear. The body lines all line up. It's a Razzie kit front and rear with Wings West on the side and a Wings West spoiler. The little graphic with the yellow accent. Really just tie it in with the multi-piece style looking wheels. Again, more of like a wild style 2000s era style build. Got the CL here. Put out some fat spinners like people used to do. Got the Maybach plate, as close as you're gonna get in this game. Big body coupe. I got a CL63 in real life on some Forgiatos, and I don't know, I just love this car. It was beautiful with the little subtle lip. Got the 66 DeVille on some spinning spokes. Some 22s with white walls. Just real subtle. Did the champagne paint. You can see the center caps kind of tie into the color on the car, which I like. Otherwise just dumped, on its nuts and Really just a clean, subtle car. The wheels just kind of set it off, give it a different flavor. Got the Monte Carlo here. Again, kind of big wheel style. Try to model it off of a 84 Monte Carlo. Did the trim black to kind of blend it all in, make it look more like a SS. With the gold spokes. Gold spokes with the white walls. And the black paint. It's kind of a undeniable combo in the big wheel game. Came out really good. Got the Nissan Sport. It's honestly one of my favorite cars to drive in this game. It's very predictable. Nice little 6 spokes. Kind of like JDM tuner build. Again, that 2000s era, but obviously a concept car, a little bit more modernized. I think the sharp lines on the graphics really flow in with the body lines and the Bomex front bumper. The 63 Vet is more of like a resto mod kind of style. You see it's got the bigger hopster wheels. Slight rake. Nothing too crazy, and a stagger fit setup. With just some subtle white stripe to kind of set it off and break up the body a little bit. And then it's got the nice retro style Stingray hood and the front lip to kind of accentuate the rake. The SL, I kind of did a similar vibe to the CL. Again, on some spinners. A little bit more wild this time with the big fat faces. Really just wanted to set it off. Tinted the lights down and just a subtle, clean build. Of the dub body kit. Now obviously everybody knows Impalas are famous to be lowriders. Didn't want to do a lowrider, it's not really my thing. So I modeled this car after a style called low rods. If anybody has seen low rods, they usually put them on billet wheels. And these wheels had the most similar vibe to billets I could find. The nice deep blue, kind of high-end looking color. And then the front bumper is the only thing really changed on the body. I just liked how it wrapped around. Kind of similar to like a Buick or a Cadillac of the era. Got the 96 Impala SS with the dark gray-green metallic. In real life, there's a company called SD Forge that makes these wheels. The original is kind of bigger like this, so try to kind of bring that vibe. And then obviously with a nice OEM paint scheme. Very subtle. It's one of my favorite cars in real life, so just wanted to keep it true to form. The El Camino. This one I kind of thought out the box with a little bit. With the rose gold trim squatted with the root beer paint. I wanted to tie these wheels into the grille. If you can see the squares, they kind of line up. And then with the two-tone accenting, kind of makes the wheels pop. These cars too, to have good fitment, you got to run the wheels super wide, so it really kind of accentuates the concave in the rims. And then I'm not really a big truck guy, so I try to give it this wagon look. I like how the roof, with it chopped, and then the wagon in the back a little higher, and then of course squatted. Not really something you see in real life, but I really like the way it came out. I think it's very unique. .350Z, simple drift car. The front bumper reminded me kind of a Nismo front end. The full kit and the little graphic kind of looks like something you saw in Tokyo Drift. The molded spoiler with the carbon axis to blend with the hood, and then the split 6 spoke. Not a lot of tuner wheel options, but I feel like these wheels really fit the car's vibe. Gave it a sporty look. Got the 70 Eldorado. Did the Superfly kit in the front. but wanted to make it more of a resto mod. Did the Dayton Deceptor wheels, or Davin or Dayton, I don't remember, with the little gold accenting tridents. I like the little 3-prongs in each of the set of tridents. I think it blends in with the headlight detail and the rear detail, and then obviously the subtle pinstriping just to tie it in with the colorway. But yeah, I tried to do a resto mod Superfly, and this is how it came out. Got the 69 Charger, some big fat chromes, dumped. The Jesse James wheels. Again, another resto mod style. Some Detroit American Muscle. The Skyline, I want to do something different, not subtle. If anyone knows about Australian spec culture, that's what I use to really put this one together. You can see with the white walls and the big chrome wheels. And then I like the R33 style taillights on this car with the lip kit. If you look into spec style, it's an Australian tuning style from the 2000s, and I feel like this car captures that vibe quite well. Just wanted to do something different. The SR, as everybody knows, is a good drift car in the game, so I try to give it more of a JDM style and a little bit of Hot Boy, because it has a very aggressive body kit built into it already. See Drift King on the rear window in the Asian style font, but it's got the big spoiler, the big front lip. It's a great drift car, so try to give it that drift car vibe. And then with the way the wheels, the cuts and angles in them, I feel like blends in with the graphic and just gives it that Hot Boy look. The G35, I kind of did something off the wall with this. More of a mini truck style. 90s style with the billet style looking wheels and the subtle lip kit. Didn't really know where I was going with this until I landed the color and the graphic on it, and it just kind of stuck. Again, just trying to be unique with it. I like the way that one turned out. The Z06, I'll be honest with you, I had to keep it subtle. There really wasn't a lot I could do. Just a clean little 5-spoke. Lingenfelter's a tuner, so put the little decal there. The color reminded me a lot of atomic orange that they put on the C6s. And then with the red brakes, the really bright chrome and the little black detail on the Davins, it really ties into the emblems on the car with the black, red and white color scheme. The Zonda, decided to keep it just simple and clean on some deep dish Asantes. Some like OEM plus style with the two-tone. And then a nice little pearly white. So it's not too bland and Panda, it just gives a little bit of color to it. And I feel like the color also accents with the carbon quite well. The McLaren, I wanted to give it more of a tuner style. Obviously with these supercars, they're very high end, and I wanted it to look more like a street car that you'd see someone racing. In Japan, they tune a lot of Lamborghinis, and they give it like a very wild style if you've seen those videos. And I wanted to give it something that really popped. So I put the little star decals with the tuning logos and the deep dish Koenigs. And then the Jimbala tuning sticker, because they actually tune McLarens in real life, so I don't know, came out pretty good. Tuner F1. Now this was pure resto mod. Got rid of the chrome, black wheels. See, I got the thicker tires on the back with the rake. Shaved the bumpers. And then just the subtle black stripes, set off the paint, silvery blue. probably one of my favorite looking cars in the game. Love the way this one turned out. It's one of my personal favorites. Now with the Bel Air, did a 56, 57 hybrid on this car. The big TIS wheels and the bronze color paint. And then again, resto mod style wheels, but also kind of dub style as well. I've seen cars like Bel Airs that use those style of wheels, more of like American Racing salt flat that they got, but I did these just to kind of set it off and make it pop a little bit like a dub style. Again, 2000 style era, you know, with the big chrome wheels, a little bit of decal action with the little soft green, and just a subtle lip kit. If you look at the rear bumper too, it kind of reminded me of the newer Golfs. If you've seen like a Mark 6 or Mark 5, I think, kind of has the two pipes in the middle like that. And then the way these wheels flare out really blended in with the vinyl kit. And then just a subtle lip kit to set it off. Give it that low look. I did the Cobalt with the Wings West kit and tried to make it look like a sponsored vehicle with the orange, red accent, and black color scheme. So full Wings West kit, and then with the little black detail in the wheels, think it tied in the emblems, and then the brakes with the graphics, and then the black to, you know, blend the carbon in. Like a tuner sponsor style whip. GTO is another resto mod. Pretty much all my classic cars I did resto mod style because that's just what I'm into. Got rid of the chrome on it. Just simple like black and gray color scheme, very mean. And on the body I just did this rear bumper because I liked how it was able to French in the exhausts. Otherwise than that, it's pretty stock body all the way around. And then I put the little vent decal on the sides there, kind of how they did with like Camaros and Firebirds back in the day. And that's pretty much my garage, man. Spent a lot of time just dialing all the cars in, doing my exact styles. I'm really big into it in real life, and it's my favorite game as a kid, so I was able to get it on the PC, put everything together, and I'm really proud of, you know, how it came out. But yeah, leave some comments below, let me know what you think, and I appreciate you guys watching it. Thank you.